Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Spiritual Dowsey. I'm Dowsey LeMay. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time here on my channel. I really appreciate the love and support, and I hope that these videos help you wherever you are in the world and maybe may guide you down your own spiritual path for your highest good, and hopefully it helps you. Big thanks to all my subscribers, people who have been commenting and liking my videos. Thank you so much for your love and support here as I continue on my journey. So today I want to talk about why it's important for us to start living a more authentic life. Why it's important for us to start honoring the things that we have maybe not shown everybody, the things that we have repressed, the things about us that we really feel joyful, but we are fearful that they may be rejected. To really start honoring those truthful parts of us so that we ourselves can start expressing our love and joy through our unique talents and our unique gifts that only can be accomplished by honoring our authentic self and living an authentic life. So before I go any further, understand that these are my truths and my experiences. They don't have to be yours. Use your own discernment, take what resonates with you and leave the rest, but keep an open mind. So most of us, vast majority of us, and especially in my case, we have, and all the videos that I talk about in the past, in all my other videos, this is mostly about an inner journey for you to understand who you are and to remove all the limitations, programs, unconscious programs, aspects to you, projected identities onto you that no longer serve you as the creator, right? You have probably come to this point in your life, you say, why am I not finding peace and balance in my life? You are being presented over and over a bunch of patterns that are trying to indicate to you as the creator, you have energy here and beliefs that need to be looked at for you to find more peace and love and centeredness in your life. You've taken on an ego, right? And much like myself, I would say I had one foot in one door, one foot in the other door, one foot in one world and one foot in the other world. One world was based on an illusion, an ego projected out to my friends and families and coworkers and strangers that I had my head on straight, that I was making a ton of money and I was a man, and all these other identities that I wanted to project out into the world because I feared rejection for who I feared rejection, and I couldn't really show them the aspects to me that I really enjoyed, because I was fearful that I would be rejected. So that's like me being a dork, liking potential, back then, liking math, liking doing reading or doing things that weren't normally accepted in the social world. For me, in my particular case, I found that to be very difficult to maintain. And when you start to do the inner journey, you realize that becomes really harder to maintain. And I truly believe as the energy picks up and as we move along in our reality and we ascending in our consciousness, living two different worlds is going to be very difficult for you to go as we go forward. It's going to be very hard to maintain this illusion while trying to honor your authentic self that is really trying to expand, that is really trying to be honored, that is really trying to call to you to say, love yourself, honor me, and let's start living more in alignment with the things that you want: love, peace, happiness, and joy. It's really going to be difficult for people, and I think more than ever, I implore you to start doing the inner work so that you can look at that and have that process become a little bit easier compared to when it becomes, go time, and you're going to have a lot harder time dealing with that. So questions for anybody would be like, well, how do we start living a more authentic life? How do we know what's authentic to us? And what stops us from living an authentic life, right? You're going to have to do your own inner work to determine what's authentic to you. And the only way to do that is through the inner journey and looking at yourself and saying what is true, what resonates with you now, and what no longer resonates with you, and getting rid of that kind of stuff. But a great temperature gauge for me to determine what is in alignment with me and what is authentic to me is as simple as asking the question for you, and for me, I'll give you an example, is as simple as asking or saying this: what is my name? My name is Dowsey LeMay. When I say my name is Dowsey LeMay, I feel within my entire system, my entire energetic field, that feels very true and very authentic, right? Do the same for you. Your name is blah, right? That feels very authentic, very real, and it feels right, right? It's a feeling that feels in alignment with your spirit, your mind, and your body, the energetics, everything feels authentic to you. Versus if I were to say, my name is Bilbo Baggins, right off the bat, I can't even hold a straight face. Not authentic, not true. It doesn't sit right with me. That's a sign to show you this isn't really authentic to you, all right? So I'd recommend you use that tool and expand on that to help you determine what is authentic and what is not authentic to you. The more you do that, the more you will be able to find the things that are authentic, and you can start living a life that's more authentic for you, right? You're going to do the inner work. You're going to release a lot of these patterns. You're going to release a lot of things that don't matter to you anymore, don't serve to you, and you're going to find the things that really matter. You're going to live a more authentic life, and you'll be able to use that tool to say, this is kind of like what sits well with me. This feels authentic to me, right? But what really stops people from being authentic? It's fear. Fear. Not being able to be accepted for who you are. Fear rejection. Fear of being unworthy. All these different things around fear, and mostly about self-worth and acceptance. That stops you from living an authentic life. It was difficult for me, right? My own experience is that I really was being called and feeling very authentic towards the spiritual journey to express a lot of my experiences in the spiritual sense and to share that. In my world were two different things. And I had a lot of fear around that. Fear if I was good enough, fear of ridicule, fear of losing friends, etc. That stopped me from doing the things that I really should be doing and was being called to and really felt good to me. It stopped me from making these videos and living an authentic life, and stopped me from sharing my gifts or my talents with the world. You'll need to go through that own process yourself, and it's not easy. But when you realize how much of those fears were really minuscule and not 100% accurate of what the total picture is, you'll be able to go, wow, that was really nonsense. It's irrational. So you look at it and you say, I'm having this fear. Yeah, it's okay to have the fear. It's okay to validate the fear. But then when you realize when you have the fear, you ask your question, is it rational? Is it a rational fear to have? In most cases, 9 times out of 10, it's probably not rational fear for you to have. So think about that for a second. The other aspect of that is if you're really looking to overcome some fears, what I did, especially when it comes to doing these spiritual things and maybe writing a book or sharing my experiences with you and the public, take a piece of paper and write down your fears. Write down the things that you have going on that stop you from being who you are. Write them down on a piece of paper. Write down, I fear I'm unworthy. I feel that I'm not good enough. I fear whatever, right? Write it on a piece of paper and see yourself writing those fears down. And then what you do is you sit there with those fears and you read them, tear up the piece of paper and see yourself throwing it away or burning up the piece of paper. Energetically speaking, for you to be able to see that, it allows you a good sense of release, and maybe that will help you overcome some of those fears and get you to start taking the courage to live a more authentic life, because the only way for you to find love and peace in your life is going to the authentic self. So if you want to that, don't let these fears or somewhat illusions stop you from finding joy and love and passion in your life by being who you truly are. The hardest thing in this world to be is something that you are not. And more than ever, this time is calling for you to do the inner work and start living an authentic life. So I go about this whole thing about talking about trying to be authentic, doing authentic things, because what we are going to need from you and from everybody out there is for us to live our authentic life so that we can share through our own being of the joy and passion, our unique gifts, our unique talents, our special abilities that are given to us divinely and that we have learned over lifetimes and are brought to in this now moment to be shared with the world, and it can heal, right? There's many ways to heal than just putting your hands on somebody and healing. Many ways that you can offer energy and space and love and compassion and unity to heal people, especially as they are waking up from this world. So that could be cooking, that could be writing, that could be music, that could be art. So understand that your talent is through your authentic self, is being called forth, and it requires you to live your authentic self to share your gifts so that people who are lost out in the world can find you and understand how they can find their authentic self through your own gifts and your own state of being about being authentic. So I hope that helps you. Wherever you are in the world, I love you. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, but please subscribe or follow me on Facebook and Instagram @SpiritualDowsey, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.